After taking a brief hiatus from outdoor activities and workout routines, it's time to get back to the grind with new spring essentials from Mack Weldon. With body mapping technology and fabric mesh zones, Mack Weldon's Stealth Boxer Briefs deliver enhanced breathability and support. And for sweatpants you can wear outside without feeling like you're wearing sweatpants, check out Mack Weldon's new Ace line. I'm doing some spring cleaning myself, and I plan on replacing all my old casuals with Mack Weldon's Stealth Boxer Briefs and Ace sweatpants. From socks, shirts, and hoodies to underwear, polos, or active shorts, Mack Weldon promises comfort and consistent fits. From working out, going to work, or going on a date, Mack Weldon is for everyday life. And with Weldon Blue, Mack Weldon's totally free loyalty program, you'll get free shipping for life. Mack Weldon wants you to be comfortable, so if you don't like your first pair of underwear, you can keep them and they'll refund you, no questions asked. For 20% off your first order, visit MackWeldon.com/peasants and enter promo code peasants. That's MackWeldon.com/peasants, promo code peasants, PEASANTS for 20% off. Mack Weldon, reinventing men's basics.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true.
Sometimes I cry.
Oh! Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast. It's episode 850. Welcome one, welcome all. And we've got Scott back again, and we've got Dusty the Cockatiel, who, by the way, I'm not sure if any of you have heard, but he is a very beautiful bird.
According
I did
to
not
who?
know that.
According to Word on the Street.
Oh.
Yeah. That should be good enough.
Asterios turned into a porg? I don't think Dusty's a porg.
No.
Don't call
No.
Dusty a porg.
No.
It's like a racial slur for
We
birds.
might need to mute Dusty because Dusty's getting pretty
He's
loud.
a little,
Yeah.
little vocal.
Yeah. I mean, we can get Dusty's opinion when we cover a video or something. We'll be like, Dusty, what do you think?
Sure.
And Dusty, yeah. So, I've got a lot of stuff to cover today. Few quick announcements before we get into it. I want to remind everyone that audio versions of this show are available on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Podcast Addict, SiriusXM, and more. Just search for Drunken Peasants and subscribe, follow, like on your podcast platform of choice. And this is, we ask that all of you, if you could, just go in there and download all the episodes. There's actually some exclusive content on there that you can't get anywhere else too. So it's worth checking out. The deadline to be in the beginning and ending credits of this show will be this Tuesday, March 9th. So get your Patreon pledges in. Speaking of Patreon pledges, all of our patrons $25 or above for 3 continuous months will get a very nifty looking DP t-shirt featuring myself and Billy looking like Cardi B. And who was the other person?
Megan the Stallion, dude.
Megan the Stallion.
The Stallion.
Look at these totally real.
The Cockatiel tell Ben, Billy, and Scott that they are beautiful humans.
Yeah,
That's a good
Dusty,
question.
we've given you a lot of compliments throughout the years, and I think it's
Dusty,
time you return the favor.
What's good for the goose is what's good for the gander, or some other bird-related idiom for you.
Yeah. So, yeah, these people that we totally know and actually did wear the shirt look
Man, isn't it
great.
crazy
These are your
that the
friends.
two people were right and Trump was inaugurated today as the 19th president of the newly reestablished United States of America after the shell government that was actually a corporation owned by London was dissolved?
You know
Hi,
what?
boys.
I was
So
gonna
proud.
I was gonna cover
crazy.
that story, but you already told everybody about it, so I'm not even gonna get into it.
Wow.
All right.
Yep.
Short
Wow.
for today.
And just
Yeah.
like that, we more than doubled our goal
We did.
so far for this week.
That was pretty good. That's pretty good.
Nice.
And there's more announcements, but I'll save those for later on in the show. Wow.
I do think that at some point we should get this logo printed up on toilet paper.
So people can wipe their butts with our faces?
Yeah,
So your enemies can buy it?
For them wet-ass poopies.
Sure.
It happens.
All right, let's take a look at the Actions news.
He called me sir. It got me so human angry.
People are discriminating against wolves. Wow.
They're laughing at us.
Wow.
At our stupidity.
Wow.
And you better well learn to love it.
I actually have a follow-up on the whole Dr. Seuss thing. Billy sent this to me earlier. So someone was trying to sell one of the banned Dr. Seuss books on eBay, and it got taken down.
Yeah. eBay said the publisher no longer wishes to sell this book, so we're not going to sell it on our platform. So
Interesting.
eBay
That's kind of
says-
weird. Shouldn't you be able to sell stuff that you've bought
That you
and
own.
Is it on the screen yet, or?
Oh, I didn't. You know what?
We have to have it on the screen.
Yeah, I'm still getting used to how this works.
One of the interesting things about
there.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss Enterprises has stopped publication of this book due to its negative portrayal of some ethnicities. As a courtesy, we've ended your item and refunded your selling fees, and as long as you do not relist the item, there will be no negative impact to your account. Please review our offensive materials policy, which prohibits this item, for more information.
And here comes the punchline. Here comes the punchline. You can go to eBay and find Hitler's Mein Kampf on there.
You can literally buy
Look.
Mein Kampf, though.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Dr. Seuss is literally worse than Hitler. I saw that all over Twitter 2
according to
days
eBay.
ago. They must be right.
According to eBay.
Yeah, that's insane. I'm sure we can find other hypocritical examples, too. I just don't feel like going to
that's
eBay
really
and
weird.
looking.
I do think that if Mein Kampf was titled A Jew in the Stew, it would be banned.
Oh, yeah?
I think so. I hope so.
You may be right.
I hope so.
I hope so.
All right, so let's take a look. I saw this yesterday. We actually covered this on Tap yesterday, which, by the way, Tap was pretty crazy last night because Trumpster Bob...
Tap was a banger yesterday, I must say.
Yeah. We were in a call with Trumpster Bob for like an hour and a half or something like that, and it got insane. And he started a stream. He was like, come on, let's do the butthole challenge right now. And he started a stream and was trying to get us in there to look at our buttholes.
Did he show it off?
He may have shown his. I didn't go look at his
I wasn't
stream.
watching his stream, so I can't confirm
No.
if he did or not. But
Yeah.
I did get him to hang up.
Yeah. Here's a story that we covered on Tap, but I thought it'd be cool to watch here on DP. So Seattle police will no longer be enforcing drug possession laws. So possession of any drug for personal use is no longer illegal here.
Is it they're just not enforcing it in Seattle, or is it on the books somewhere?
Here we go.
Como.
Mary, all indications are that anyone charged with having drugs will have their case dismissed, and anyone serving time for drug possession will have their conviction erased.
Dealing drugs remains a crime, but under a new ruling by the state Supreme Court, people who have them for personal use will no longer be a focus for police or prosecutors.
Cops are not going to be able to arrest people on probable cause for simple possession anymore.
Based on a case out of Spokane, prosecutors must now prove that a defendant knowingly possessed illegal drugs. However, the implications are far-reaching, especially for those already convicted.
And there are going to be tens of thousands of cases that will need to be reviewed.
The court did not address the amount of drugs that constitutes personal use, also known as simple possession. And there are concerns that addicts will lose access to court-ordered treatment programs.
We can't keep them
Yeah, and those are kind of a racket, like the drug courts.
in drug court on a simple possession case. And so they're they're out of drug court and they're no longer.
It's like if you plead guilty and go to treatment, you won't do any time. That's basically the whole drug court thing.
Are going to be able to avail themselves of that.
Mark Midoff says a benefit of the High Court's ruling is that it could address long-standing inequities in the criminal justice system.
We've seen for several decades through the war on drugs that drug possession laws are applied in a racially discriminatory manner.
Prosecutors say they are still trying to get a handle on the next steps.
We're still working this out, still trying to figure it out, but it's a big deal.
Yeah, so that's good.
It actually is a big deal.
Yeah, and then so Washington and Oregon, they both have that going for them right now. I don't know what small town Washington is going to be like. I guess it's a statewide thing, though.
This is?
I think because they said the state Supreme Court ruled on it.
Okay, yeah, good.
It's all Washington, not just Seattle.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad because I got a pocket full of personal use right now.
Yeah.
I have so many drugs on me.
I saw that, by the way, Paramount, they're really bringing it with their streaming network.
Paramount Plus?
Yeah.
What are they bringing?
Well, for one thing, and this is selfish of me, they're bringing back Frasier, and I'm very excited about that.
Ben only moved to Seattle because of Frasier.
That's not true, but partially true.
It is partially true. Do you know what to do with those tossed salads and scrambled eggs?
No, but basically the point of why I'm saying this is that they have this other show that they're doing on Paramount Plus, or maybe it's Discovery. Maybe I'm wrong with. Let's just watch it. Fucking tangents.
A judge will hear arguments tomorrow on whether the man known as the QAnon shaman should be released before his trial. Jacob Chansley was arrested after the January 6th assault on
60 Minutes Plus on Paramount Plus.
on the Capitol.
It's
you
all
see him there in an
CBS.
outfit that would get you in trouble in a 7-Eleven, let alone the Capitol. He's got face paint on. He's got horns,
Paramount
buffalo
Plus
skin,
CBS?
coyote skin, a lot of fur.
What?
Paramount Plus is CBS?
Yep, they're changing CBS All Access to Paramount Plus.
Oh, okay, because CBS All Access was like the first person to really come out from the networks as an over-the-top streaming service, right?
I don't. Maybe they debuted.
So, yeah.
They debuted their crappy
of the
Star
four
Trek.
majors, yeah.
Yeah. Paramount and CBS are like they've been owned by the same company
Prior
for a
to
long
that,
time.
I think NBC and ABC and a few others went through Hulu. I believe they had a joint owner through Hulu.
Yeah, they did.
And
it was
then
like Viacom was in there too. I
Fox
think.
was in there, yeah. Because Viacom, I thought Viacom was CBS.
I don't know, but this is something that they covered where they interviewed this guy who got arrested.
Telling his story for the first time from
the shaman or
jail,
whatever they call
as he
him.
faces some very serious charges, up to 20 years behind bars. Chansley spoke with Lori Siegel for the brand new streaming program 60 Minutes Plus.
So is it like 61 minutes, 62 minutes?
It is.
Like, okay.
Yeah. So this guy is still out of his mind. Like the things he says in this interview. He shouldn't even be doing an interview. He's facing 20 years.
I'm glad he is.
It's funny that he is doing an interview, though. I like that.
Yeah.
Attack on this country. Do you understand
Well,
that?
they were not, ma'am. My actions were not an attack on this country. That is incorrect. That
It is nice to
inaccurate.
know that under that sheep wig, he's a bald man.
Yeah, and he was shaved like when he was out of jail. He
I
was
was
shaved
not expecting
bald.
that, actually.
Yeah.
I was expecting
a head of hair. I was expecting him to look younger.
Yeah.
He looks much older than I figured.
Over 100. He'd be in his 80s. He was born in 1935.
The election was
I like
fraudulent.
how stupid these stop the steal people are. One of their big excuses is like, look at all the people that came out for Trump. You don't see people like that coming out for Biden. And you're like, did you just miss the summer of BLM where everybody was coming out in droves all across America without Biden at the helm of it? It was the people at the helm of it. Those same people were the ones that voted Biden to get Trump out because Trump didn't do anything for them during that.
A lot of those people, while not necessarily giant Biden supporters, were certainly voting against Trump.
Yeah.
So they were out there. You guys just weren't paying attention.
Yeah.
That Donald Trump actually won.
Yeah, so that's like that's the kind of kid you raise when those are your views. The kind of kid that's going to federal prison for 10 to 20 years because you raise them on these wacko conspiracy theories. Now his life is ruined.
Good.
Yeah, and great. I'm glad his life is ruined, and I hope all children of mothers who believe that, and the children who also believe that, I also hope they go to jail for decades at a time, hopefully during their prime childbearing years, so we can fucking exterminate this group of people. I'm normally not for exterminating groups of people. That sounds bad when I said it out loud, but you know what I mean.
It sounded
Wink,
like some
wink.
kind of final solution.
All I'm saying,
for people that deserve it? Question mark.
I would like to read the book Dr. Seuss wrote about today's America. That's what I want to read.
So, Biden had a press conference yesterday about all of the states, particularly in the Southeast, that are reopening and lifting all the mask mandates. And he said it was Neanderthal thinking. And
which I guess offended some of the Neanderthals left over
yes.
in the blood pool.
I think so. Yeah,
he's getting canceled.
Here's what's her face, the blonde lady that worked for Trump. She was his press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany, however you say
McEnany.
it.
Let's bring in Kayleigh McEnany, former White House press secretary and Fox News analyst.
They're back. Look, 2 old guys and 2 blondes. It's Fox News is back to early 2000s Fox News.
On Fox News.
Yeah.
For the first time, and now that you're on the team,
welcome.
Kayleigh, congratulations. Welcome.
Congratulations.
This is the retirement plan for working for Trump at this point.
Every one of these mouths looks like it's tasted human flesh.
I thought you were going to say poo-poo.
Thank you so much. So good to officially join you guys.
So what have you been doing? I haven't been keeping up. I'm only kidding.
I've been going to the zoo with my daughter.
You know, the guy on the right, Brian Kilmeade, he was an announcer at the first 2 or 3 UFCs. It's pretty weird. Yeah.
A lot of fun.
All right, you had a couple of weeks off, but in between you had one of the hardest jobs in America, in front of the most hostile audiences in America. I'm just shocked. I know the President Trump, his approach was, I'm going to back up the states. They know their people better. They know their state better than me. And he got criticism for that. The states want their autonomy. Are you surprised at the tone and those comments because Governor Abbott wanted to open up his state as well as the governor of Mississippi? And
I don't understand the term, by the way, Neanderthal thing. I guess he was saying like primitive or something.
Primitive. He was thinking primitive.
Yeah, and like, that's because Neanderthals went extinct a long time ago, and we actually discussed this on Tap last night.
Which I think also led us down the genocide path. I feel like whatever happens, we end up on genocide.
I mean,
because I said that Neanderthals aren't directly part of like Homo sapiens lineage, and then you said, but like we interbred with them and basically bred them out.
Yep.
And then I asked you, what group of people would you like to do that with next? and then you didn't actually answer that. So I'm gonna put your feet to the fire here now. Who would you like to do that?
Well, you didn't say group of people. You said which like species, and I'm like, there's no more species of hominoid
let me
out
be
there. Yeah, no. I think we'll move on with the video now.
I'm surprised. He was supposed to be the great uniter. Obviously,
Rather than answer
wasn't
that
the
question.
case. But this is what Democrats do to people who think differently than them. Tate Reeves was spot on. They call us deplorable over at CNN. They call us unintelligent rubes who can't point to countries on a map. This is what Democrats do to people who think
you are. You can't do it. Many of you have been challenged to point to countries on a map, and you can't do it. You're all very stupid.
Oh, by the way, I agreed with Trumpster Bob about something yesterday because he said he kept going on about how bad Michigan is for a little while, and I was like, "Oh, Bob,
that's right. You did bond over your mutual hatred of Michigan.
You're a man after my own heart."
Differently, and you're spot on to tie this to autonomy.
You and I.
Simply giving freedoms causes Joe Biden, the great uniter, to call us Neanderthals, among other words. That
he probably should have said primitive or something else. He's not that good with words sometimes.
Words, get out of here.
2 things I take from this. Neanderthal thinking. It's kind of they bred themselves out of existence, right?
And they bred with that's why a bunch of people have like Neanderthal DNA. Mostly Europeans and Asians have Neanderthal DNA. or people of that descent, that ancestry have it. And it was because that's where the Neanderthals lived, and we humans had sex with them until there were no pure Neanderthals left anymore. And then it's just like they're in the gene pool.
Can you imagine banging a species out of existence? Good for us.
Yes.
But another thing I take away from this is Biden is always trying to virtue signal by wearing that mask. I'm surprised that bust behind him doesn't have a mask on right now. Biden, you're 6 feet away.
Also, what is with that bust? It's like Robert F. Kennedy out of mud.
Yeah, it's made out of mud. And he got to pick those when he took office, by the way. Like, they rearrange all those rooms when there's a new president.
So I'll take the mud bust. Kennedy.
Yeah, I'll take that one. It makes
it, please.
Looks like he's melting.
Clinton did as well.
Look at the map, though, Kaylee. He's acting like Texas is the first one to do this, or Mississippi is. But look, there are 15 states already.
Oh, great. Idaho, the Texas of Washington.
That are not requiring.
Texas of Washington. I love it. I have not heard it to as that, but I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Florida and Georgia have always been pretty loose. Texas, I guess Texas is not ahead of the curve, but on par with how red they are compared to how blue they are. The gap is tightening there. So the blue constituents held out long enough. The red are like, nah, we're done with this. It's time to put our saddle on the horse and ride out to the cough fields.
The Holden Cough Fields?
The Holden Cough Fields.
Masks. Alabama is saying that they're set to expire the mask mandate tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. And they're seizing this pandemic and using it to control people. That is what they've done from the beginning. And when President Trump pointed to the science and said, hey, reopening is what we need to do because there are repercussions.
He also said drink bleach or something or inject it, right?
Inject bleach and do something with
shine
UV
light.
light.
Yes, shine light into people's blood to kill the virus.
We're thinking about putting a flashlight up our ass to kill the virus. Okay.
Repercussions when you lock down. They called him anti-science.
I like how
and when
injecting bleach was an answer that he was hopeful about, but putting a mask on was idiocy to him.
Yeah.
Everyone, please the stream if you could. I haven't asked yet. Like it. We're already going to get over 100 in just a second here. Please like it. It helps the stream. It helps us. It's great, and it's free.
We're like we're like Cold Stone Creamery here. You can like it, you can love it, or you gotta have it.
I want to go to Stone Cold Creamery.
Stone Cold Creamery?
Now you're talking.
You just have a goddamn beer bash over a pint of ice cream and eat it.
Yep.
Didn't.
All right. Here's Biden's press secretary clarifying the Neanderthal comment. I want to hear how she spins this. I've already seen tweets from her that didn't age well. Like, she criticized Trump's Syria bombing back when Trump first took office.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think you should never. I think people on either side of the aisle should never criticize Syria bombing because you're both gonna do it. So just don't.
It's trendy these days.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mary. The governor of Mississippi has responded to the president's comments yesterday, and he seems to have taken offense at some of the president's language. He says Mississippians don't need handlers. I just think we should trust Americans and not insult them. He's making an argument that this is really about personal liberty here. Does the president have any second thoughts about the language that he used yesterday?
It's so weird that everything is so state by state. I mean, either make every state a country or be a fucking country. What are you doing?
I mean, in some ways, though, it's been a good thing for different things over the years, like same-sex marriage and legalizing weed and that kind of stuff.
Age of consent.
It happened, kind of
Especially
on the state-by-state level, and then so many states adopted it that it just became the federal law.
How does comparing someone to a New
But in other ways, states like, Texas gets to do things like this, so it goes both
Neanderthal
ways.
help convince them to change course and get on board with your public health message?
the behavior of a Neanderthal, just to be very clear. The behavior of. Look, I think the president, what everybody saw yesterday was a reflection of.
There's no Neanderthals. We can't watch them behave. I don't know what that means.
His frustration and exasperation, which I think many American people have, that for almost a year now, people across the country have sacrificed. And many times they haven't had information they need from the federal government. They haven't had access to a greater understanding of what the public health guidelines should look like.
Maybe Biden's expecting them all to switch over to Geico auto insurance.
Why is that?
You could
so
say
easy, even a
50% or
caveman
more
could
in
do
15 minutes or less.
I see. Yeah, Geico, man, they had way too many ad campaigns.
Remember
the googly-eyed money and they had a ton of them.
Remember the Geico caveman ad campaign that turned into a TV?
Yeah, they had
a
it.
TV show.
Yeah, it was a TV show for a while.
Crazy.
That's crazy that happened. Nick Kroll was on that.
Oh, speaking of Nick, let's not speak of Nick Kroll.
Oh, what'd he do?
What'd he do?
Yeah.
Man, we can't go into that.
Really? I honestly didn't know he did anything. Are you confusing with Chris D'Elia?
No.
I know
Nick Kroll's dad. You familiar with Nick Kroll's dad?
No, I know about Nick Kroll's dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I like.
Look, guys. All I'm saying is Nick Kroll. He's got a lot of blood money.
Let's read those Streamlabs and then we'll move on to the next thing.
Yeah, we're trying to hit that Streamlabs goal. We are notoriously low for a Thursday show.
Yeah, because the last show didn't do that well.
The Cinephiliac says, happy episode 8.5 by 10 to the second power, a.k.a. episode 2 times 5 by 5 times 17, a.k.a. I don't do enough meth to follow that. Cinephiliac, thank you.
The math checks out. I'll give him that.
The meth and the math checks out.
The meth checks out.
And the math.
Whiskey Tom says, who is this a-hole above the beautiful Dusty? Whoa.
What?
I think that's Ben. I think you're talking about Ben. You didn't specify how far
all three of
above.
us are technically above Dusty and could be described as a-holes.
It's got to be, if I had to guess, Ben.
Then Matt Jarjosa and Eric gave us that big love already, and that ties us all up. For those of you that want to get some love in right now and throughout the night.
We could use some.
We are very humble, hungry, lords for
If
your
we
love.
can get to 50% before the end of this stream, I'm offering up a zap. I'm offering up a zap to you, the gods of donos.
If we can get,
if you can,
if we can get the
down.
entire goal done today, I'll let Ben punt me in the nuts.
Are you serious?
If we can get, the whole goal. If we get the whole goal,
if we get the whole goal by the end of this show,
Ben punt me in the bajubajuice.
That will be very interesting.
If you're listening or watching, or dare I say both right now, and you're sitting on $720.63, just throw it up there, and we get to see Billy kicked in the balls right now.
It might be worth it.
Can I put a shoe on?
It will.
A shoe. I kind of want your bare foot to touch my chunder bump.
No.
My chunder bumps.
No, I'm putting a shoe on.
Could you have your bare foot tickle my chunder bumps?
No.
Okay.
No.
Hey, Billy, I'll give you $720 if you never say chunder bumps again.
Why?
I have a pretty good oddities. Check this out. So, I don't totally know what is going on, except, I do, but it's kind of hard to explain. I'll bring it up in a second here, and you can take a look. So this was sent to me by Josh Pescator, actually. He said this is the greatest. I'm bringing it up. He said this is the greatest Twitter thread he's ever read, or like recently.
Laker girls lunch date.
Yep, Laker girls lunch date. Look at some of these pictures. First of all, look at this little man.
Is that a man?
Oh, is that an adult?
I believe it's an adult.
Wow. Not a midget, just a very small man.
This is okay. Hold on. This is.
taller the women.
So for those of you who don't know, the Laker girls are the cheerleaders for the Los Angeles Lakers basketball team.
Yeah, and
yeah.
So I'm usually really good at articulating.
Yeah. I knew you'd love this. I knew you'd be like.
So for those of you that can't watch live, the picture we're looking at right now is what appears to be a 4-foot tall, fully grown man, 3 foot tall maybe, standing next to what I thought was just two regular ladies and/or actual Andrea the Giants. They're.
Yeah, either the women are Amazons. Or if they're regular height, he's 4 feet tall.
The top of his head comes up to the taller woman's shoulder.
Like the guy looks like a 9-year-old that's been smoking for 50 years.
He does photoshopped.
He doesn't look like a kid.
No, he doesn't look like a kid at all. He looks like he's like a 40-year-old man in a 9-year-old's body. He looks like exactly who you would think listened to Opie and Anthony.
Look at this one.
Okay, so my friend here, he's just fatting around. I love these shirts because this shirt obviously is huge on him, and he's huge. So it means he's lost a little bit of weight, most likely. He knew he was going to go meet the Lakers today, so he put on his good shirt.
Yeah.
It's only got one cigarette burn in it, and it only has
like 5 stains,
a smattering of oil stains.
Do you think he got some free Carls? And that's where it came from?
Maybe.
Yeah.
His pocket is drooped down to the side of his titty.
I love the hashtag. I love the hashtag in the background. Do you see it?
Eat like you mean it.
That he does.
He does.
See, and so yeah, it's possible he used to be fatter and that shirt fit him and now it's big on him. But I do see lots of very, very fat people with clothes that are still too big for them. Like they're a 5X and they're wearing 7X.
Oh,
I think it's just
look at this one.
Okay,
this guy's kicking it. Is that his vape sticking out of his pocket?
It looks like he's got his hand on the one's butt.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah,
he is her as a ventriloquist dummy.
In the other photograph, this woman or one of the women was putting her hand on the big guy's back, and then the other girl was holding a clipboard, like she picked up the first thing she could find, so she wouldn't have to touch the big guy.
Both of my hands are busy.
Yeah. And now this guy, he looks like he just got done winning some sort of crack smoking competition.
He won too. He didn't come second.
Oh no, he's the champ. Big fan of this gentleman. And there was another. Oh yeah,
there's a whole bunch.
Oh
of them.
my God, the guy who wears a McDonald's parody to a Carl's Jr. meetup with the Laker girls, and it is not actually McDonald's. It's a woman's spread eagle logo.
It's like the M.
I'm sorry, Eat Like You Mean It would have fit right there with I'm Loving It as well. I think every tag for a fast food restaurant is also a sexual euphemism.
Oh yeah, then there's this one. Let's scroll down a little bit. Here's some more.
Oh no. Sing it for Japan. The vintage weeb You know
what though? This one is great because
kill on those three.
this is he looks a lot like the president of China, and people even posted this picture.
Oh no!
And then someone
that's not good.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Anyway.
Oh no! I saw some gun action. What? This guy came in second place in the crack smoking competition. And he came with his full utility belt full of crack smoking gear. Holy crap.
I know it's all Lakers gear, so he is in fact on brand, but I can't look at it without thinking Waluigi.
And the hat is a Dodgers, right? So
is he wearing two hats, or is that like a do-rag under the hat?
I hope it's two
I like
hats.
his fanny pack.
It might also be a head bandage. Like after he lost the crack smoking competition, he busted his head open on the ground.
What does he have in his hand? He's got something orange.
It's a basketball plushy squeezy. It's like one of those stress relief basketballs. He's probably normally. He probably deals with a lot of anxiety.
I imagine so. Is his fanny pack wearing another fanny pack?
See, there is a multitude of compartments on this fanny pack, and I believe his pockets are either Oompa Loompa brand or they have. They're full of other shit. This gentleman right there. Okay. This is the return of the gunt. This guy is actually Artie Lang's gunt double.
He should get that other guy's shirt. Not giving the coverage he needs.
The last guy, he was nervous showing up here because he knew he was bound to meet the woman of his dreams, the love of his life, his future next ex-wife, and that's why he was all.
Well, this dude took both of these ladies back home with him.
Oh yeah, they got stuck in his gunt. The gravitational pull brought them back with him.
They're in
champ.
a throuple now.
Okay, this is just wild. Did somebody edit this?
No.
It's insane. He even the
4-3
size
king
of his head. Yeah, he's so small.
Oh no! Stop it! Stop
God.
it! No.
My God.
No.
I hope they got paid a lot to do this.
Oh, dude, they don't.
They don't?
No, they don't get paid that much. It's almost like internship levels.
What?
They go do yacht parties and stuff. That's like the fun of it. They get a lot of network connections with big people usually. But it's really it's really rough, especially at the beginning.
Don't they have to rehearse and don't they have
this guy here, Fang, has so far been the best dressed out of everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I take it back. We just got.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say that did not last long because we have a new winner.
This guy's name is Yakuza J.
This is Yakuza J.
This is what? Did he just switch, or are they twins?
Oh, costume change.
Okay, go back. Are they twins?
No, that's one guy.
Can it be?
Costume change to cut his beard.
He's like, hold up, yay. No, that's a different facial. That's a different facial hair. Yeah,
Prove
that's.
it.
Oh, there he is again.
What?
Oh no, this guy is a regular.
What is going on?
My fucking
Does he win all the lunch dates?
I don't even know how these happen or how people. Oh, look at this one. Look at this.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no. Wow.
Oh God.
Jeez. Oh, this guy.
My.
This guy looks like he just got caught with his stepdaughter. This is.
Hey, let's want to be there. Why'd you go if you were upset?
What is these girls are professionals. I think they probably paint their smiles on. They can't be removed. Yeah. What is he doing? No, his hand is on Nards, dude. His hand is knuckles deep. He has devised a plan where he cuts a hole into his hoodie pocket to go straight to his junk. He's having a fap right now, dude. This is not real.
Yeah. He said to his friend, "Hey, you bet me I can't masturbate while I'm taking a picture with these ladies."
Remember when we were like, this guy is short and looks like he's 50 in a 9-year-old's body? This man looks 90 in a 10-year-old's body. What is going on?
Is this El Chapo?
I think that was El Chapo. That's how he gets away so much. He sneaks out in the service cart. This guy's just nothing wrong with him. He's just a dude.
He looks confused though.
Hey.
There's way too much of this out there. There's so many people that guy's on. Whoa.
Speaking, you know what? This guy should be on some sort of list, not a best dressed list.
I was gonna say, I'm like, you better not defend this guy.
Okay,
he's got a Bluetooth earbud.
Yeah, this guy actually owns Carl's Jr.
This is Carl.
What is this?
Look at it. He's getting handsy. It's moving into side boob territory.
He's trying to grab tit from the back end.
Yep. He's moving into the side boob territory.
Oh, this guy had to wear the Carl's Jr. hands thing over his hand.
He's got
he
a
kept
page
grabbing.
boy haircut.
Oh my God.
Yeah, a lot of choices here.
Okay, this is Brian Pepper's uncle. Now, can you imagine wearing a Yankees shirt to a Lakers girl meetup? What is wrong with you, dude? OMJ. Nothing wrong with this guy. He's living it. He works at the Homestyle Bar and Grill.
Yeah, what about this guy? Oh, yeah, that we already saw him.
Yeah, this is Donald Trump's alter
so
ego.
I thought that was interesting.
That is fun.
Pretty
That's fun
great
for
thread.
everyone.
Look, man, I love a good fan meetup. I would expect those people to be at our fan meetup. Not at
If
the
we'll
Lakers.
ever get to have one.
We have to. I want all you ugly people at home to not feel like you can't come to the fan meetup. Last fan meetup that we had, so many ugly people were there.
Including Billy the Fridge.
Some ugliest people you've ever seen.
I will go on to say that I was the most aesthetically pleasing person on that stage.
To yourself.
The entire night.
That's because you never stopped looking in the mirror at yourself.
I mean, it's 100%
The only
true.
time he stops looking in the mirror is when he looks into his phone to take a selfie of himself.
I've had
and he
multiple
always
people-
does that eyebrow thing.
I've had multiple people
Low
grade
energy.
me top tier aesthetics. Multiple people. One of the most attractive human beings probably ever to reach 500 pounds. I'll put that out right here, right now.
You might have a case, actually. You might be one of the hottest 500-pounders of all time.
They really don't make them like they used to.
Turn on the goddamn internet.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. TPO, they're going to touch me.
Guys, it's also very important that you like the stream if you haven't already, because eventually this stream will get shared by Nick Fuentes fans because he's in the thumbnail, and they look for like people who are critical of him, and they'll come and downvote Brigade our video. So if you could give us a like, that would be cool.
The nerve of these people. The least you idiots can do is like it.
Yeah.
What is your index finger hurt? Like it.
Come on, Pooh says.
Here's Speckzo. Speckzo talks about AFPAC, which is the America First. Basically, Nick got banned from CPAC, so he created AFPAC, and it's like held in tandem with CPAC.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's like TanaCon. It's Nick Fuentes' version of TanaCon. TanaCon was something that, what was her name? Tana Montague?
Tana Mojo is how it's pronounced, I think, officially.
Is it Mojo?
I think so. But it looks like, I always say Manganoo.
It looks, I don't know.
Yeah, it looks
I don't know
terrible.
anything about her except for she created like an alternative convention right next to VidCon. The 1 year that I went to VidCon.
And nothing went wrong.
All right, about to leave for the airport, going from New York to Orlando. Tomorrow is AFPAC, and basically America First is inevitable.
Okay, baby-faced Al Borland.
Remember,
I don't think so,
you have to be at least a 7 out of 10 or higher to even debate with Speckzo. He only wants the handsome boys.
He loves
to
them
debate
cute
him.
boys.
Yeah.
Okay, just landed in Orlando. I gotta say, I don't fly a lot, but airports and the public in general makes me really, really hate humanity. And also seeing all these little kids wearing masks is really like disheartening and dystopian.
You're wearing a mask too? Everybody is.
Yeah, but he wants to see the little kids' smiles.
But it's gonna be a good weekend. Going to AFPAC. Let's do it. All right, just landed at the hotel. Canadian first.
What's going on, boy?
So if he's walking around America and hates everyone, what's he trying to accomplish? Like, what's his goal?
To be a cunt on the internet?
Yeah,
I mean, basically.
really-
And look at this shirt. Baked Alaska literally filmed himself doing something wrong, and that's why he's in jail. He did something wrong and filmed it and streamed it.
But if
I think
you
he might have done something wrong.
if you are a Trump sympathizer, you're gonna let a lot of people get away with a lot of horrible stuff.
Okay.
Sure,
Yeah.
kid.
Yes. Baked Alaska, freedom.
There's Kyle Frank, the infamous Kyle Frank. Let's go.
Yeah. I hope they start kissing each other.
Yeah, we got a Trump yarmulke, so you know we're at CPAC.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was like, Trump yarmulke over at CPAC. That's where all the Jews hang out. That's basically what
I would assume we are not allowed access to that. Yeah. Why don't you get us a room?
Like, even if they support the same politicians, the fact that they're Jewish, they just don't want anything to do with
it's still
them.
kind of a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Here, Kyle. Because it was like 200 a night. For whatever reason, I've noticed. All right, welcome to Cringe Pack. How you doing?
It's Cringe Pack because they won't let Nick Fuentes in.
Yeah. Dick Fuentes will stop it from being cringe.
Yeah.
Can you imagine not being wanted at CPAC and still going?
That is cringe. That is cringe.
Is wildly sad.
Shit, look, it's the infamous JB.
Is everyone infamous?
Everybody is infamous.
So there's infamy basically means nothing anymore because everyone's infamous.
It literally means nothing.
Right.
Like literally does as well.
CPAC? Is CPAC where Trump hugged the flag a couple years ago?
Yeah, and this year at CPAC, Trump made his first public speech since the Capitol stuff happened.
Didn't they have like a stupid Trump statue that people were worshiping?
I don't know, but that's hilarious.
I saw a picture of it. I don't know if it was at Photoshop, but it was. I guess there really is like this weird Trump statue. The cringiest of the cringe until the cringiers come through to out cringe the cringe. What is that?
I mean, that's literally. That's literally forbidden in the Bible. So if like praying to a false idol.
Well, I don't know if they were praying, but it was.
It's one of the commandments. Yeah.
What is this restaurant here with the neon lights?
I don't know.
Are they eating better than I am? No.
We're down to 5 banks now. Exactly. So what does that tell you? And then also you could probably Because of Obama. Well, yeah, we could probably boil it down to like that dichotomy.
God damn.
And then he takes a fucking puff of his stogue.
Oh,
his stogue is it e-cig because of Obama.
Really elite versus white people, if you even want to take it away.
Right, don't you see that there's a coordinated effort against the issues, interests of white people? How
Don't
every
you
other
see?
race is propped up and told to advocate for their group interests?
What a whiner. Seriously.
Don't you see?
Well, I see where he's come from. Like, as a white person, I have just had it harder and harder. And every day I wish I was some other race because they seem to have it so easy.
Look, as a human being, I am so jealous that other people tell me that I don't have it hard. Like, I wish more people would tell me that I'd have it terribly in my life.
Chinese said something. She goes, "Why don't I see white people on TV anymore?"
Oh, based.
Why don't I see white people on TV?
I mean, there's literally white people on TV constantly.
You know how hard it is for me to find anything non-white to masturbate to?
It's cool. It's like an upside down building.
Yeah. I'm just trying to make sure that it's okay. For me, you're right.
Are you saying these are the white people that should be on TV? Pete was
those guys.
canceled 25 years ago. Hey, look at the bag go around. Look at the Ferris wheel. Look at the wheel.
Oh yeah, your last name's Frank. Okay, so be it. Okay, but you're yeah.
Okay. What is even going on here, Speckzo? Why are you filming this?
Home videos for the
content.
What? Who are these people and what are they talking? Okay, all right, no
that
contact.
was the infamous.
The black guy.
That was the infamous Frankie Franker.
Alright, got the infamous Kyle Frank.
Stop! You're self-parody.
He's cringy.
What? Yeah.
Come on, boys.
Hey, boys.
It's so great to be with a bunch of boys that are at least as handsome as I
Hey,
am.
boys.
Hey, Matt, are you familiar with Nick Fuentes in America First?
He's like, oh no, not touching that. No.
Hey, Matt. Hey, Matt. Hey, Matt. Hey, Matt.
Did you get that?
Can you guess which weird group of fanboys we are?
Riddle me this: is AFPAC a psyop created to make CPAC seem cool by comparison?
Probably. This is all like
in the same way that the reason the Trump presidency existed was to make George W. Bush seem okay.
This is probably all shards of a long abandoned psyop, you know? Like this is just like
They're just still going through the motions, but they don't even know why anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, something that was put into place in the late 90s. Maybe some sort of mid-90s referendum or something. Yeah, Kevin Nash, the big boot, the beating Goldberg has led to this.
Beating Goldberg after electrocution.
We just snuck into a CPAC.
Will you take a Z-Pack at CPAC and poop yourself? I hate it when people wear a mask and have their nose hanging out. They might as well just not wear it at all. I like their fanboying over all these like right-wing media figures.
Yeah.
It's so cringy. Yeah. This is CPAC. This isn't even AFPAC. They'll get to AFPAC later, which is even more cringe.
She's the epitome of like the talisman. She's from Dallas.
Tommy Laron from, where is she from?
Dallas.
No, what is she on? Like,
oh, I don't know. I know she's just a He's a lowercase Q. Freaking love the guy.
Whoa, you're making me dizzy, Speckzo.
Everybody in their
It's a bummer
chin
that
diapers.
Racists took Hawaiian shirts. I'm sad about that.
So, quick disclaimer again, just in case not all of you have heard yet. We're trying to get the tip train going. Link in the description if you can help us meet our goal. If we get 50%, I'll zap myself, and if we get to 100%, I get this. This was Billy's idea. I get to kick him in the crotch.
Yeah. Better not be no weak kick either.
Oh my God. Okay.
Go for it. Billy wants to feel it.
all right, they're all getting kicked out, so I guess I'll follow them. We just got kicked out of CPAC.
What were they doing?
Yeah, because you weren't allowed to be there.
They canceling us.
They kicked us out because we had our masks down to pick our nose and eat it.
We were law enforcement. We're cops.
I thought this was America. They canceled us, so not the cocaine guy. We guys were canceled.
The cocaine guy brought something to the table, you fucking dweeb.
I'm surprised we lasted as long as
He was cool.
We kept moving. We were standing still.
These guys are fucking nerds, man.
Okay,
Let's try again. Let's go back in.
Yep.
There's honestly nothing that bums me out more than absolute nerds who don't know that they are. Like, I think just in general, like a lack of self-awareness bums me out.
Lack of self-awareness is it's bummy. But you have to also realize these are people who look up to Nick Fuentes.
Some of them convert to Catholicism because that's like the trendy, like white nationalist thing to do.
It was reported, and I don't know if it's been 100% like factually proven. It was reported that Nick Fuentes bought an ounce of marijuana to get his high school friends to hang out with him when he was back at home, and they all turned him down and said no. Like, that's how unlikable Nick Fuentes is. He tried to bribe.
Of cool we're dealing with.
He tried to bribe his friends to hang out with him with weed, and they still said no. And these guys look up to that gentleman. These guys would probably wear his balls as a visor.
Like, here's the thing I'll say. I hope one of them is listening so they can like relay it to their friends. Like, don't worry about trying to be cool. Not everyone's gonna be cool. If you could just achieve the base level of trying not to be an absolute fucking loser.
Right.
I don't think that is too much to ask. You don't have to be cool. Just don't be an absolute fucking loser.
Yeah. Christ is king. Christ is king.
They're walking down the street chanting Christ is king.
Do they even believe it, or are they just glad they have friends?
That Christ might be their weed that they bring back to try and get people to come smoke weed to be their friend. Yeah. They're like, well, these Christians.
I question like, I know they're really, really dumb, so maybe they do, but I question whether they even believe half of what they're saying, or if they're just so psyched they found like 5 other idiots who will say the same things as them.
Right.
Yeah, Christ is their marijuana. Christ is their bonding agent.
The glory fruits. I'm just kidding. Don't record.
Yeah, he even halfway through his stupid speech realized what a cringy dork he was. And these cringy dorks were just happy to be involved in something other than themselves for once. It's really what it is. They all feel so alone. They're over here complaining about, when's the last time you saw a white person on TV? They feel like because other people than themselves are getting a little bit of media shine, that they're being left behind.
I've never seen a white person on TV. It's nothing but Chinese as far as the eye can see, and they have to do something
It's
about
a product of their insecurity. Mm-hmm. Like, they have to belong to some kind of group, and they've chosen white people group. And they want to, right. And they want to they have like this weird persecution complex, even though they are the vast majority in pretty much every way.
They told me that if I was sitting down, I was going to get that. You got it. Man. Okay. Don't get stare at me too.
They're wearing their Hawaiian shirts. They ruin Hawaiian shirts.
And again,
why do they get that?
They get anything that's the thing that sucks about people who are overly sensitive and take these people a little too seriously. They let them ruin things that weren't racist, but because they can just choose whatever they want, now it's racist, so you're racist if you wear it now.
We really have
dumb.
We really have to remember that I would probably listen to what these guys have to say more if I looked at them and felt like they were the master race. But they look like generic brand ripoffs of what a human being should be. They're bottom of the barrel garbage people.
Your mask, please. Oh, Jaden. What? Mask. They're young enough. So it doesn't matter. Pacific between. I can navigate on this side. I got you.
It's a weird like fandom.
I wonder who he voted for.
Orange Trail. That's probably the worst.
Oh, fuck you.
Fuck you for yeah.
You watch Nick Fuentes?
Fuck Biden. Is that Dixie? And fuck you for voting for him. Yeah.
I honestly feel bad for alt-righters. They are so desperate to be relevant they have to rely on acting like absolute twats.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel bad for them, though. Like, you could just not want to be liked and you'll be more likable. The want to be liked is what makes them...
It's very off-putting.
It's very off-putting. It's disgusting a little bit. Like, yeah, we get it. Yeah. You want to be accepted. You were accepted, you psycho. We're opening the door.
You started out fine. Like, you're just digging your own hole.
Everybody wants a piece of the victim pie.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. We just a bunch of rappers chilling.
Hey, camprecall.com.
Totally right. Yo, America First Live. America First Live.
That's where Nick had to go after he got banned from all the platforms.
Legit nice place.
Yeah, where's their god at? They've been. This is 20
not
minutes
yet.
of video. Have they not met up with Nick yet? Are these guys
He
the
was probably
B
ducking
team?
him the whole time.
Are these the B team?
Great.
Yeah, I'm staying out of shit.
There's too much shaking, brother. As you got into the car the other day.
Oh God, that guy looks like he sells rape pills.
You know, last night Trumpster Bob said that Andy Dick should have had his kids taken away from him because he's gay, or at least gay part of the time.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
You do?
On no level.
Yeah, that's great.
I've seen Andy with his kids. He's a good father.
Yeah.
He's a good dad.
Yeah. Well, he was saying they should, gay people shouldn't be teachers either.
Hey, Mom, what's up?
Is it okay to get a handshake? First for me. For you. Yeah, you look good. I like it too.
Oh, there's your god now.
Andy is not gay. He's just kinky. Oh, come on.
Let's boner check. Well, I mean, I don't think Andy is straight gay, right?
No. He's like bisexual.
He's done gay things. Like you've heard Andy Dick talk for more than 5 seconds, right? Yeah.
Oh no,
he's
Andy
kinda-
wants to bang dudes as much as he wants to bang women, as
Right.
much as he wants to bang anything, as much as he wants to feed into every hedonistic desire he has.
Right. And according to
that's a lot of
Trumpster Bob, that qualifies you as gay. Like, you know.
Yeah, but Trumpster Bob's. Yeah, anytime you want to look at someone's butthole to prove they're not gay,
That is so
you're the
weird.
authority.
How you doing?
There it is. I don't want to wait.
Did Nick say nice to see you again? Aw.
Speckzo, how you doing?
He's like, yeah, get away from
He
me.
gave him literally a second of his time.
I'll never wash this hand again.
Someone needs to boner check Speckzo. He's probably got a full-on rager. The back of Nick's head is like what he paid to come see.
Now he's filming his ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
Getting those cakes in, those Fuentes booty cheeks.
Right, so he passes the
I
Speckzo test.
I wonder if Speckzo's going to put out like a 19-minute video about shaking Nick Fuentes' hand was like the second time I made love to my wife.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
This is so cool.
Man, if it makes you happy, then why are you so sad?
Obviously, I couldn't record inside of the facility while the event was going on, but it was absolutely amazing, way better than I even expected. And now we're going to try and go to an after party, and then I go home tomorrow. So
This was probably the best day of my life.
This is their after party.
We're going to try and go to an after party. Cue the cut to what I assume is MAGA Garth from Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Is that MAGA Garth?
MAGA Garth.
How many people were not tuning in for the BENPAI?
Oh, fun.
All right, my homie.
People look like Dana Carvey characters throughout this video.
We're in the meme mansion.
The meme mansion.
Ironically, he said it for real.
Oh, yeah.
Stop being a loser.
Is Trumpster Bob's room in the meme mansion? Of course, it's during the pandemic. Like,
look at all those women.
Bars, baby. Stars and bars. The South will rise again.
the one thing that these gentlemen have in their favor during the pandemic is that they probably don't see a lot of people outside of their everyday lives.
That's what I'm saying. Most of their interactions are on the internet with each other, and they all came together here.
They've been involuntarily quarantined. They're in quar. These are the inquars.
Let's get that out there. Let's get that
Yeah.
I have not seen one woman since they got to the. Yeah.
I would like to say this though. I don't think Baked Alaska's gonna show up.
No, he can't.
That's mean. He did nothing wrong. I saw she said that.
Yeah, where is there? You think there's at least one guy's girlfriend that would be at this sausage party?
Why do you think there would be one woman there? What is in it for her?
Oh, because there's always at least 4 women.
I have
right?
not seen one.
Remember we went to the Dick Masterson meetup and there was like 4 women.
Yeah.
Like there's always
on
4
stage,
women
on stage.
Well, on stage there was 4, but there was like 4 guys in the crowd that had like girlfriends that went out to their little show.
Yeah.
There's almost always like guys' girlfriends at these things.
Not here.
No, not here.
No.
Girl-free zone. GFZ.
Am I too zoomed in on you? I should probably zoom out a little.
I don't know. Let me just pull out my my calculator.
Honestly, yeah, you were fine. I think he like zoomed himself. He was like, yeah. Real tight.
Why do you deny Jesus Christ? We're just talking about like theories about like
That was a very feminine arm.
It was very possibly the
2030.
Man,
I saw a feminine arm.
Are you secular or like?
I'm like secular.
if this vaccine or something, if it
I'd
happens,
like
secular.
I just have an honest question for atheists. Like, or,
I'm not an atheist.
or people who are
No,
secular.
I've heard that.
Wouldn't
like,
you rather?
when David Ice also
Because
explained too, not
basically
even like
what
I
we
was a
do
real
here is
David
we're
Icke
Christians.
fan.
girls in there.
Wouldn't you rather go out on a limb and say, you know
This
what?
guy's
Fuck
talking. This
it.
guy nearest to us, he's gay.
Yeah. What is this guy's?
He's
like,
he's
we're
100% gay.
He's like, we're a Christian group. Wouldn't you rather? What's the go out on a limb and what's his? Wouldn't you rather? What's his proposition here?
I'll believe it.
Kick these girls out.
All right.
Can we go back there and just get what he was saying?
Lunch and then going back to.
Because basically what we do here is we're Christians. Wouldn't you rather go out on a limb and say, you know what? Fuck it, I'll believe it.
Kick these girls out.
That's
why not believe something dumb just cuz?
Yeah, wouldn't you rather just go out on a limb and say, fuck it, I'll believe in God? Wouldn't you rather?
Going to get some lunch.
So convincing. I now believe in God.
What was your experience like in that fact? Did you think it was everything that you
Go by regular game theory, it is smarter to believe than to not because you have nothing
It's
to
Pascal's
lose.
wager.
It's Pascal's wager, but it's still dumb.
You have nothing to lose until you start taking away people's rights here on Earth. And
But that is kind of fun sometimes. So even then,
look, if I'm taking away somebody's rights, it's going to be a very passionate, personal thing. It's not going to be some group
Listen to this
activity.
shit. Listen to this shit.
Going to get some lunch and then I'm going back to the airport. Kyle, Frank, what was your experience like in AFPAC? Did you think it was everything that you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, it blew away my expectations. The hotel was beautiful. It's one of the main hotels in Orlando. The speakers were great. Vince was my favorite. Gosar, I predicted Gosar, so I'm proud of myself for predicting that one.
Since I got here, he was saying Gosar.
So yeah, he did great. There's some people saying that Gosar was distancing himself this morning.
These guys are absolute chads.
They put the Chad in clam chowder. Now, he's saying
I
people were
wish
saying
there were a couple of hanging chads, if you know what I mean.
he's saying some people were saying Gosar was distancing himself. Does that mean he was trying to stay away from these rubes, or was it that he was social distancing so that he wouldn't get the cough? Are they? Can we hear a little more from the infamous Kyle Frank, or what the fuck his name is?
He wasn't. I was just like literal bullshit. But besides for that, yeah, the event was great. All the speakers were good. Malkin was amazing. John Miller was a little disappointing, but he's a funny guy, so that makes up for it. So yeah, it was a great time.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do like a full analysis of my whole entire experience. This is
Yeah,
more
you
just,
will.
Everything, everything.
You're gonna do 2 videos on shaking Nick Fuentes' hands for half a second.
It was one of the best nights of my life. I got to meet it was literally.
I was going to mockingly say as him, it was one of the best days of my life, and then he said it for real.
Is he going to
Now I'm
compare it to his?
sad.
Is he going to compare it to his marriage again?
Of a normie meeting all their favorite favorite like celebrities because I hate celebrities, but I really respect all these political figures, and it was really great. And I think it just
you
shows
don't hate celebrities. You've just made these idiots into your celebrities, and you love them.
Yeah, I hate celebrities because I hate myself.
Culmination of everything that Nick has created, and eternally blows out all the doubters and wignats and people with the mental capacity to not be able to see what this movement is about. So awesome. See you guys later.
Bye, Kyle Frank.
Bye, Kyle Frank.
Infamous Kyle Frank.
Bye, buddy pal. I made friends this weekend. Bye, buddy pal. You're so special to me. You're always in my heart, Kyle Frank.
I thought we would watch a little bit of Nick's speech at the AFPAC,
Pap smear?
At the Pap smear pack. I don't want to hear his intro.
Would you like to wish on a star? Come on, dude.
Oh my. Okay, here he is.
He's a
Like-
boy.
It's
Somebody
Alfred-
get that boy off of the stage.
It's Alfred E. Newman.
What? Me worry?
He's so smugly proud of his achievements. He's like, the kids that wouldn't smoke my weed back in the hometown are probably looking at me right now like he's still a doofus.
Yeah.
Still wouldn't smoke weed with him.
Yeah. He's gonna cry.
Come on. Get to it.
Now I gotta soak it up.
He's gonna cry. He's finally
so
prom
late.
king. He's finally prom king.
Thank you very much, everybody. It's great to be here, back on the stage at the second America First Political Action
Say something
Conference.
profound,
I
please.
said this earlier. This is the final and climactic end to the conference. The moment you've all been waiting for.
We're lagging out.
The final speech which I will be giving. Now, I have to tell you, for this momentous occasion, for the first time, I wrote out my speech. 7 pages. But I've been sitting at my table all night, and I think that's just not how we do things. Is it okay if I abandon this speech? And I'll just talk from the heart like I always do.
It's always straight from the heart. By the way, sorry, we were having some connection difficulties for a moment there, but I think we're still live.
Are we back? Are we nice?
Yeah, we're on. It's just all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, you know, it just our bit rate dropped really far.
I hope they heard
Imagine
Scott's
that.
good joke.
I blame BLM. Who do you guys blame for this?
The Bureau of Land
Antifa.
Management?
It was Antifa.
I blame the Bureau of Land Management, and I'll be the first one to say it.
Because that's how this started.
So while we might have been lagging, some people might have missed it. So what Nick did was the cool move where you're the speaker and you're like, I wrote out this whole speech, but you know what?
I'm not going to do it.
Even though there's nothing actually written on this fucking paper, I'm going to throw it out because I'm a maverick and I'm going to speak from my cold black heart.
Yeah, it was just a. What would Hitler say 1,000 times?
It was a Mein Kampf. It was the words Mein Kampf copy and pasted over and over 1,000 times.
Yeah, it was just Mein Kampf or Minecraft. You decide.
Michelle made me a little bit insecure. Every year, she kills it. She comes up on the stage and she knocks it out of the park. And I'm very good at doing the show. But those speeches, I was crying last year, and I was crying a little bit this year. So I typed it up, but I said...
He looks like a ventriloquist puppet.
Yeah.
You know,
he's a boy, guys. You know what? The more I think about it, the more I think we shouldn't be making fun of a boy.
Oh, I disagree. Picking on kids is fun.
But you know what? We've got to
You know
do
what?
it
That's true.
America First way, which is live. America First is live. That's how I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Say something profound, please.
So I want to start by saying that, honestly...
Could you imagine if all of Hitler's speeches, he was just like, Groiper, meme, meme, follow me, jokes, we're together, meme.
I can't speak German, but I can tell Hitler was had more fire. You know?
I would, yeah. Like, just looking at Hitler talk, you're like, okay, I can see why he duped so many people.
Right.
He's energy. But this thing here, it's like...
This guy's making a lot of good points, unlike Nick Fuentes.
No, Nick Fuentes is like the worst person to look up to. It's a spoiled brat child.
I never thought that we would get this far. And frankly, I think that not a lot of other people thought that we would get this far either, maybe people in this room. But this has always been the vision and the promise of America First from the very beginning. It was earlier this month that my show celebrated its 4th anniversary. 4 years that I've been hosting a little internet show. Thank you.
Did he ask for applause?
He started clapping.
Did he ask for applause?
Please clap.
Yeah, that was a Jeb Bush please clap.
Yep.
America First. And the premise was simple. Donald Trump had been elected, Donald Trump had been inaugurated, and it seemed like...
The what?
He's been doing his show for 4 years, so he's been doing a show since he was 6 years old? Yeah. That's crazy. Good for him.
The teething episodes were my favorite.
All of the energy and all of what made Trump different from the conservative establishment was sort of up for grabs. I know that I became a Trump supporter and campaigned for Trump and became involved in the election because Donald Trump was saying things that nobody else was saying.
Yep. About who? He was saying what about who that
Trump,
you liked?
Trump had my allegiance when he told me that Trump Towers had the best taco salads.
Yeah.
They do. Right, I gotta say.
Very much unlike John McCain and unlike Mitt Romney and really unlike anybody else in the conservative space, Donald Trump was talking about globalism. Donald Trump said to Jeb Bush that the Iraq War was a mistake. He said that George W. Bush led us to war in Iraq knowing that there were no WMDs.
Yeah. So you agree with Democrats on that?
We needed to build a physical wall between
and it never happened.
The United States of America and Mexico.
That go good?
Why build a wall when Ted Cruz can just fly his family over it?
Right.
It was something that was truly unprecedented, and in a time of unprecedented problems, what is required is radical change. What is required is a different way of looking at things, and that's what Trump provided. And so my show came around 4 years ago in order to protect and be a vanguard for that legacy. It was called America First because when I thought about the problems in America and the solutions, the only way that I could think about it was in terms of globalism versus nationalism. That
Nobody thinks America second, you idiot.
This is coming from a Canadian. So it's peer-reviewed.
Country and a regime that sits on top of it. And the people that are in the regime are not looking out for the interests and the well-being and the welfare of the people in the country. They're not putting the people first. And so America First encapsulated that new distinction, that the conflict facing our country was not between mainstream conservatism and mainstream liberalism. It was between nationalism with populism against globalism. It was the people and the grassroots, sometimes from the left, mostly.
Right.
from the right against the globalist regime that controlled both major parties and all the power structures in the country. And so this was the vision of the show when it got started, that we needed to redefine the right wing by solidifying the political realignment that Donald Trump initiated in 2016 under the banner and under the slogan and under the principles of America First. Famously in the theme song, we quote Donald Trump from his inaugural address when he says, "From this day forward, a new vision will govern our land. It is going to be only America first, America first." And the point of my talk tonight is to talk about how this moment in history is the moment of America first.
You know, Speckzo's in the crowd, just like,
yeah. He's got his own
creaming.
Yeah, he's got his own Gallagher tarp in front of him to keep Nick from getting the splooge. His watermelon spray.
Some have said in history that there is nothing that can stop an idea whose time has come. And America first, the time has come now.
What just happened with the... Did someone accidentally turn the piped-in crowd sound effect too high?
I think so, yeah.
They turned up the volume on the Thunderdome.
It is very prescient that last...
Oh, by the way, we are 35% of the way to our goal now, and the offer is still out there. If we can get to 50%, I'll do the zappy zap. And if we do manage to get to 100%, we've got about an hour left here. If we can manage to get to 100%, I guess I'm kicking Billy in the crotch.
You only get one kick. You better make it good.
Make it count, baby.
Last year at our inaugural America First conference, we were coming fresh off of the Groyper War.
The Groyper War?
And I know that a lot of people may not understand what a Groyper is. Representative King and Representative Gosar, I'm not sure if they've been initiated into the Groyper.
Hold on, I have to fart.
subculture.
Oh, that was a weak one. Sorry.
But if you remember, the Groyper movement began when America Firsters such as yourself, young people, on college campuses were challenging Turning Point USA, Young America's Foundation, and other conning speakers because they were not sufficiently conservative. They didn't support Trump, and really they had no business identifying as right-wing at all. In fact, they were left-wing. We had last year, and Charlie Kirk has changed his tune a little bit in the time since, but last year they were talking about stapling green cards to H-1B visas.
Boo.
Don't let those brown people move here. No, no.
Boo. Boo.
I feel like
And last...
Oh, let's get him.
What was that?
Let's get him. No, I feel like you could achieve the same thing and reach all the same people in less time if he just screamed, "I irrationally hate other races." You'd get all the same support. You'd get all the people you want. Just do that. Save the time.
I feel like the alt-right today isn't about preserving American standards. It's more about selling mugs.
It's a lot of mugs. It's mostly mugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. I got a good one coming.
It better be good.
Another weak one. Damn it. I wanted to give you a strong one.
Yeah. Dusty, was that a beautiful fart?
No.
That's a no.
Dusty's not impressed.
Last year, I remember Charlie Kirk said that you could be transgender. There's two genders. You have to pick one. And if you're trans, you could pick the other one. But the guy's okay with transsexual and LGBT. That was last year. And so America First PAC and the Groyper War was a response to what the initial problem was, which is the slide away from the original principles of America First, the slide away from what Donald Trump ran on in 2016, the radical change that was needed, a different position, the different worldview. And so last year, this conference was started in reaction to all of that to provide an answer to CPAC and an answer to Turning Point SAS and an answer, in a word, to Con Inc. And now, just a year later, we see that the same conflict is going national. The same conflict between the conservative establishment and the America First pro-Trump base now has national significance, and it is playing out on a national electoral battlefield. Because what we have witnessed in the past month, of course, is that President Donald Trump has left office, he's been banned from Twitter, and now, and this is something you haven't seen as much yet, but it is coming soon, he is going to face a battery of lawsuits. You're already seeing that in Georgia and in New York.
Yes.
And so Donald Trump is very vulnerable. And this gives an opportunity for the conservative establishment
We have to protect Daddy!
Don't wake Daddy!
It's a real don't wake Daddy situation. Also, what a creepy game. What's the implication if you do wake Daddy?
Oh, you don't
What's
want
going
Daddy.
on there?
You don't want Daddy to wake up, give you pow pow.
Have wanted to do since he came down the escalator 5 years ago in June 2015, and that is to remove Trump from the equation and sink their claws back into the Republican Party and wrest back control over this movement from the people, from the populists, and from the nationalists. And you could already see them coalescing. It is people like Nikki Haley.
Bo.
And it's people like Ronna Romney McDaniel.
This is why there's going to be a schism on the right, this kind of stuff. Because he's calling out Republicans. Everyone he's calling out is a Republican.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the schism was made very apparent when Republicans went to the Capitol to kill Mike Pence. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like, Trump called out every prominent Republican politician that didn't toe the line that he actually won the election. And then he would, like, tweet out that, you know, he was going to find someone to primary them, you know? So there's there's some fracturing going on. I'd like to see a new, totally different party form out of this. But I don't think that's going to happen.
If Trump sends somebody out to primary against them, could we get like our best liberal options to go out and like double down in those areas where Trump's got his guy going against the other Republican guy? Then we'd send like a super liberal in, like, I don't know, John Cena or somebody.
Well, he'd do it like he wants to do it in the primaries rather than the general election.
Yeah.
But
And Mitt Romney and Tom Cotton and all the usual suspects, we know, and we've booed them all night. We all know. We hate them. They are not conservative. They do not reflect where the base is. And they're lining up, and they are drooling and salivating at the thought that they could take back control of the party from Trump in his moment of vulnerability.
I mean, Trump isn't the party. The establishment of the Republican Party is not going to let go of it. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, Trump is just like the deal that the Republican Party made with Rumpelstiltskin.
Basically.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I imagine most of the non-insane Republican Party was not psyched about Trump being the guy, but it meant Republicans got to win, so they went along with it. But and especially as time went on, I would imagine more and more people became less and less psyched about it.
Right.
And then more and more afraid, so they jumped on board, like our boy Ted Cruz, who got
TC, baby,
who got brutally ball bagged,
absolutely cucked by Trump, and still sucked his butthole,
and still does after getting positioned in the Capitol.
Continues to this very day.
And this, to me, is an extension of that same conflict that took place last year. In the same way that it was young people going up to Charlie Kirk or Ben Shapiro or Kimberly Guilfoyle and daring to ask them what actually they're conserving, now all of the 74 million people that voted for Donald Trump have to do the same thing to the Republican Party. The same thing to every...
What are you conserving, Nick?
Republican running for office in the House and the Senate in 2022 and in 2024 and say, what exactly are you conserving? And how actually are you perpetuating the political realignment started by Donald Trump?
Yeah, I don't know. What he's conserving is the whiteness.
The white.
Yeah, that's his.
I was about to say he doesn't even like Ben Shapiro. I'm like, oh wait, Jewish. I forgot.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you, Tyler Krista. Wow.
Yeah, we're all stars now.
Getting
in the Boner Show.
dangerously close.
Speaking of Boner shows, I'm going to go to the restroom.
Okay, go.
I'm going to alleviate.
Okay, cool. Go.
My tension.
You don't have to keep talking about it. Just go.
I have abandonment issues, so I have to milk every moment of this before I go.
Ben, would you go to the bathroom with Billy to make him feel better?
Take my hand.
And then when he gets back, we'll read the Streamlabs and move on to something else.
Now, I understand where Billy's coming from, because he sees Nick, and seeing Nick makes him think of Catboy. And
so now he's got to go jerk it.
What? So now you got to go jerk it. I mean, okay, smart asses in the chat. You try thinking of Catboy, not that specific Catboy, but any Catboy, me for example, and see if you don't jerk off. Good luck.
Cat people. The Thundercats. Every time.
Thundercats. Or the movie Cat People with that David Bowie song in it.
What'd you think of the Hollywood adaptation of Broadway's Cats?
Well, I went in with an open mind. I'm like, hey, if you're gonna make an entire movie about anthropomorphic cats, guess what? I'm there. An opening night, in fact. Dragging Adam with me, in fact. But yeah, there were parts, like all of it, that left something to be desired. I love it. Like, it was made by a guy who won Best Director and Best Picture.
I've never seen it. I looked at it and I was like, that looks disgusting.
It does, because they did the cats wrong. They're okay. I'm gonna get real deep into this because this is important, and I feel like people will history will bear me out.
Okay.
I'm something of an expert on anthropomorphic feline anatomy. The bodies and tails were not bad. They were solid. The digital fur technology they kept pimping was all right, but they just had people hands, people feet, and the faces were horrifying.
Yes.
Like neck to wrists to ankles, pretty good. Some of the women could have used better tits. Taylor Swift had good tits. Everyone else had trash tits. But which I'm pretty sure was in her contract. She's like, I'll do this, but I have to have way better cat tits than everyone else in the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, head, hands, and feet were an abject disaster. I'm not going to defend it.
Yeah.
But they can try it again. We can keep trying until we get it right.
I think Dusty's owner has a question for you.
Hey,
Yo.
Isn't Dusty just a beautiful bird?
Yeah. Dusty is a beautiful bird.
Dusty's owner Dusty's owner went to a live taping of The View back in the day. And it's really weird to see. Did you fart while you were there?
No, but I asked a question to Whoopi Goldberg.
Wow.
Because do you remember that really shitty movie she was in called Theodore Rex?
No.
Hell.
Well,
there's a dinosaur in it.
Yeah, it was a really horrible movie, and I asked her about it, and she was like, "I don't want to talk about that." I got shut down by Whoopi Goldberg.
Wow.
I mean, she is an EGOT winner, so I guess she has some clout, but still. Although the E in that EGOT was a daytime Emmy, so borderline.
Pretty sure she has pretty sure she has Best Supporting Actress Academy Award for Ghost.
That would be the O in the EGOT.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. An Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar,
all
and
of them?
a Tony.
I see.
And
All
a
of them,
Tony.
yeah.
I was like, I've never heard of an EGOT award, but I guess it's.
I'm saying Emmy is dubious.
Yeah.
Okay. Understandable.
That's a legit EGOT right there.
Here's some Gale.
Hello, you all. So much has happened to me in the past 2 weeks, and I've been really busy working on videos for my Patreon supporters, the daily blog videos. So let's see. My website, GabrielChana.blog, is being transferred from an old server to a new server. Zach Knight is doing this for me. And
okay, as fascinating as Gail is, and believe me, like we've all seen Gail, she's amazing. I want to know everything about Zach Knight. I want to know what this guy's life is, that he has so much time.
He's in our Discord server.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach, get at me. I want to know. You might fascinate me more than Gail. I need to know everything about you.
He used to be the Antichrist, and he was the leader of the evil Jesuits,
and then turned good.
He did a fantastic job, but all the old links should still work. But I'm currently working on fixing the pages, because some of the pages got some of the video embedding hasn't quite taken right, and some of the images didn't work. So I got the main page fixed, and I got some of the other main pages fixed, but I have a huge website. Basically, I took it off of WordPress.com, and Zach Knight has put it onto WordPress.org. So you might say, what's this with your little furry thing here? I am being true to who I really am.
She's a furry?
And I am
excuse me, my name is Scott. Don't just call me your little furry thing.
much more womanly and feminine than I come across. I have yet to convince Brent of this, but I'm very much a Victorian woman.
Whoa.
You might say, really? It sure doesn't seem that way. Yeah, and that's kind of like, anyways, what I've been, the past couple weeks, I've been finding out who I really am. And you might say, why is this so important? It's because...
Is it crazy? I bet it's crazy.
Zach and I had a fight about a couple weeks ago because he did something that I felt was morally wrong, and it was a big misunderstanding. He misunderstood something I said because he thought that I had said that Rule 13 was having an affair with Hitler, and he hurt Hitler, and he misunderstood me.
I love it because it just seems like a regular, older lady filming a video until that happened.
If you didn't understand English and you just looked at her, listened to her tone and cadence, you're like, yep, regular nice lady.
Yep.
Then Brent and we got in a big fight where I said, well, I was asking you if 13 was having an affair with Hitler. I wasn't making a statement. And he said, no, I thought you were making a statement. And then I thought, well, I thought you had scanners so that you could tell. So he thought that 13 was having an affair with Hitler. And he
so matter of fact, all of this makes perfect sense to her. It's like, yep, another day at the office. Rule 13, Hitler, maybe a fair, maybe not. Maybe spaceships, maybe Jesuits, who's to say?
He tried to hurt Hitler. Like he was trying to win.
Oh, no!
He was
For
trying
shame.
to win 13 back.
How could you do that to Hitler?
How could you do that to Hitler?
And I got really upset with him. I said, I can't believe you. Why didn't you talk to 13 first? And we got it all figured out, but we got in a big fight.
How dare you hurt
And then
Hitler?
I said, I want Brent. And I thought maybe Zach was going back to his Antichrist behavior. And I said, I want to talk to Brent.
Zach Knight doing a heel turn. He did a face turn a little while ago.
And he said, no, I'm not going to let you talk to him because he's in therapy because you ordered them all to go into PTSD. And, you know, I was noticing we were having all sorts of communication problems. Like, that wasn't really well, I guess it did. Part of it was my fault because I was not communicating clearly. And we just had... So for the past couple of weeks, I've been focused on fixing the communication problems that I've had with me and my men so that we could prevent these misunderstandings from happening.
You gonna go to couples therapy with them?
And in the process, I began
More
to
like dozens therapy,
Yeah,
right?
group therapy.
realize that a lot of the communication problems were happening because of differences between men and women. Yeah. So I actually went and rebought an old book that my paternal grandmother gave me.
You know,
I
the
would say about
differences
19
between men and women are a big reason why I'm straight.
Mm-hmm.
1977 called Fascinating Womanhood, a book that Laurie McBride would ban by Helen Andelin. The book, I believe, is no longer in print.
Like
and
Dr.
her daughter,
Seuss's
Dixie
work?
Andelin Forsyth, has followed in her mother's footsteps, and Helen Andelin passed away in 2009. Basically, it vouches for the traditional roles for men and women. And, Dixie Andelin Forsyth has got a really cool YouTube channel, and I've been listening to it. You might
Okay. All right.
I'd say, why have you been listening to this? Because men and women are more different than our modern society is willing to acknowledge.
Well,
I will admit that I do not agree with everything in Fascinating Womanhood, but I agree with it enough that I think I should own my femininity a little bit more than I've been doing. So that's the reason I decided.
While I don't believe there's more than two genders, I do believe men can pee sitting down.
Absolutely. I'm
this
living
video with something that looks kind of lusciously feminine around my neck. Yeah, and I'm making sure to wear Brent Spiner's earrings. You might say, well, so I actually have some very nice clothes that I just haven't bothered to wear. Anyways, let me tell you some exciting things that have been happening. When I canceled the marriage list, I asked Brent to ask Jesus if he could create a special room at Church of Gale where my millennial form, that's what I will be in the future 1,000-year reign of Christ, will be in that room and can make love to all the men on my ex-marriage list. And Jesus did it. He created this special room on Church of Gale where my millennial form was there. And I asked Brett, well, how's it going?
Church
And
of
he
Gale
said,
is a spaceship, I'm assuming?
Yes.
the men
obviously.
are all
Why'd I
waiting
even
in
ask?
line.
The men are all lined up.
And they're all coming out with a big smile on their face. So Brent went in there, and I really need to read this. Oh, Jesus, you gotta help me. Did I save it? Oh, I should have. Anyway, I'll just tell you. So Brent went into that room. Brent is such a good writer. I need to find it. Lord, where is it? Anyways, he went into the room, And he was just awestruck. Brent and I actually had a disagreement too. There was a big misunderstanding, and no, I don't want to do that. What am I doing? No. So let me just tell you what happened. So he went into the room and he saw my millennial form, and he had an orgasm at the very sight of her. I forgot to ask him if she was naked or not. He said she was so breathtakingly beautiful. It was like he was floored. And then because he had an orgasm, he wasn't able to make love to her right away, but she was very understanding. And she was laid out on this big, huge, luscious bed. I gotta find what he wrote. Come on, Jesus, help me find it. I said, I'll feel better if Jesus creates that special room with my millennial form for the men that I...
Her millennial form? Does she mean like a younger version of herself?
It's her form of herself when she hits her 1,000 year. That's what she said earlier.
Yeah, okay. I missed that part.
It's her form for the upcoming 1,000-year reign of Christ is what I'm understanding for that. So I don't know exactly what it looks like. Also a question, if we're allowed to break kayfabe about Gail. Do we know what, I'm sure if you've seen enough, you would know the answer. What level of delusional she is? Like, does she have actual memories? Does she feel that she has like physically experienced this stuff, or is she just highly suggestible and people tell her, oh, there's a spaceship, and she believes, oh, there's a spaceship.
I think to a
but
degree,
she doesn't think in her mind she's been on the spaceship.
I think to a degree she kind of plays into it a little bit too. I think she's
a gimmick.
very. I think she's aware. What?
Nah, it's pretty
Is Gail a
obvious.
worker?
It's pretty obvious. She has a ship. She knows it. We just think she's crazy because we don't have ships.
I was going to
so
say,
we think
that's
it's
the third
impossible.
option. This is real, and I'm dumb.
Yeah.
That's very much on the table.
If they ever make a Netflix series about Gail's life, I want it to be like us thinking she's stupid, but like in the series, like it's all real. And there's like this second side of the series that's in space on her ship. That'd be the most brilliant show I've ever seen. I'd watch 1,000 hours of it.
I felt I'd led them on with false hopes. I always thought they understood, but I think there were some assumptions going on. Okay, so Brent went in there about a week ago, and he said, I haven't gone in there yet. This is before he went in. I've been so shy. I see the other men coming in and out of that room, and they have the biggest smiles on their faces. I should go in there and get a peek at your millennial form, that is, if it's okay with you. And I said, sure, why not? As long as you don't expect me to look like that. Now, anyways, let me. Brent and I have been making so much hot brain-to-brain loving. I've actually worn out my vaginal tissue, sort of.
Oh no!
Oh, it made
It's
all of
worn
my
out?
body try to make itself very small.
Gail needs to buy a new Kleenex box, she's saying. The tissues have ran low.
You might say, how do you do that with brain to brain? Actually, from kind of like a form of masturbation. Anyways, let me find what he said.
I think it's just jerking off, Gail. I think what you're describing is jerking off.
Look, Scott, if I could convince myself that Natalie Portman is having sex with me across the world and I just happen to jam my dick into a fucking can of tuna fish while doing it, I don't care. Let me get the tissue scarring, the deep tissue scars.
You wreck that tissue.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
She's been looking for this thing that Jesus wrote
Here it
for
is.
a while.
I walked upstairs to
Hold
the
on,
bed.
whoa. Pause.
said,
Fix Soul
"Wow."
says tuna fish. That's a shallow can, Billy. I scraped the hell out of the sides.
I'm speechless after my experience in that room today. As I entered the room, I found myself walking into a beautiful mansion. There were wedding photos of us on the walls, so I took that to mean it was our mansion together in heaven. There were halos around all the furniture and the objects in the room, as if everything was glowing. It was like walking into heaven. I walked upstairs to the bedroom, and your millennial form was there waiting for me on this beautiful luxurious bed. I asked him, were you so nervous you threw up? So we were talking about this on our hangout night on Friday night. That Joshua asked me to read this. He asked me to read it twice. He said, almost. I said, were you so nervous you threw up? And he said, almost. I was so turned on. I came in my pants before I could even do anything.
Same.
I just stood in the door in shock by how
That's what this story is doing to everyone hearing it right now.
gorgeous you looked, and got an erection and an orgasm within seconds. Your form was very understanding and just held and cuddled me in bed until I was ready to go again for some lovemaking. I came over and over again while we made love to our favorite music. And I told him that the vision I saw of you in my mind, you were making love to her like a rabid animal. But then it quieted down. What was the music? And he said, it was mostly songs from my music album, probably Oh Yellow Eyes Is Back.
Oh yeah, yeah. So it was Brent's music that they were all banging the Millennium form. This is
Makes sense.
Yeah.
The millennial form.
I feel like I need to take notes to fully grasp all
I feel
the
like
characters.
I need some sort of flow chart or an old school police show evidence wall with things connected by bits of red yarn.
I love his music there. So I said, don't worry. I don't expect you to make love to me like a rabid animal. I don't think my mortal body could take it, though. I got to admit, in the past couple of weeks, we've had some pretty intense brain-to-brain lovemaking.
My pussy is wrecked.
Let's check out the Streamlabs, and then we'll see what else we're going to do. We're at the 2-hour mark, so we got like 20-ish minutes to try and hit one of the two goals that we set.
D Knight 149 said, "Hey Ben, I'm a huge Typo Negative fan, and I heard you got to meet Peter Steele twice. You lucky ass. What was he like in person?"
Tall and had a deep voice.
Reminds me of somebody.
No,
Billy. He said tall.
Yeah, no, I was talking about myself. Reminds me of me.
No, but he said tall. He didn't say 5'7". He said tall.
We all know that
Weren't
I'm
you
tall,
listening?
Scott. It's a funny meme for you to joke about. Tyler Christus, Gail has had way too many sentient burritos in her black hole. Ew. Tyler Christus, here's some money for the boner show. I hope I'll be invited. Matt Jarjosa said, sorry, Billy's balls. Footage Over Fear became a Patreon. Eric said, what the F, Dusty's owner, about the fart, I'm sure. What else do we have here? Calificent said they had to join the white people group because they have to put their worth on a superficial physical trait. They have nothing else. They have no intrinsic value, so it has to be something literally skin deep. Wrecked. Zekaneo gave us...
literally correct.
Oops. Zekaneo gave us that big love. Thank you for that. Mustard138 said, hello, you sweet boys. I just joined your Patreon the other day. Love the content. You all are wonderful, especially Justy, the sweet, pretty bird.
Yeah.
Coop Car again gave us that big, big love. Oh, the big, big love. DJ Fix Soul gave us that love. Thank you, DJ Fix Soul. That, I think, gets us caught up.
All right. So, yeah.
We're over 40% of the way to the goal.
That's really
which
great.
Is great because we started today at $32 and we've almost raised $300.
Low.
It's
feeling all right, but
that's
there's
good.
no reason we can't do another $71.26. That is not too much.
That is
to
true.
ask.
Look.
A zap is on the line.
I want that zap.
The zap is on the line.
Zap.
The zap is on the line. Oh man, so tired too. Like I'm worn out. I need a day off, and that's tomorrow.
You got a day off tomorrow?
Tomorrow,
Nice.
yeah. A day off from streaming.
Nice.
Yeah. It's nice to have those from time to time. Scott, I think you're muted.
Damn it. I know he said something
I
funny.
certainly am. Shut up.
Wrecked.
Yeah.
You want me to come over
Everybody.
to bed? Tell you a story?
You want to come tell a story?
Yeah.
When's the border going to open up?
It's been closed for almost a whole year now.
Yeah, I've just sort of settled on fucking never.
Yeah.
I think once we've reached the majority of the population getting vaccinated, it will probably open up.
I heard the Biden said we're going to have enough vaccinations for everybody by May.
By May. I think a lot of them are going to be that Johnson & Johnson vaccination, which isn't as effective, but it doesn't need to be temperature controlled like the other one. I think that's the Pfizer one that has to be like stored in like a freezer.
I want the Moderna one.
Yeah, I'll take any of them at this point.
I won't take the Johnson & Johnson one.
I'll take it. Are you against Johnson & Johnson?
I just don't like Pfizer or Johnson & Johnson on principle. I'm boycotting. Give me Moderna or give me death.
All right, I can probably get you one of those. So we can make this happen. You stick with me.
is definitely possible, Chubbs.
We watched this last night on Tab 2. It's like one of Scott's early promos.
I want to do everything I didn't do in BCW. Problem is, I don't really know what that is. Like, I won all the titles, I was in the main events, I traveled everywhere. What is there to do here? I don't really know. But I guess the one thing
I love
to try to do here is get some respect. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, Scott, what are you talking about? You've traveled the world. You're world respected. And you know what? I don't know if I am. I think I'm world known because I've been everywhere, but I don't know if I'm world respected. I think that's something different. I think there's still a lot of prejudice in the world. I think the Jews have made some progress.
It takes a turn right there.
I think the blacks have made some progress. I think the gays are getting there. One day they're going to get to marry. One day. But there's still a lot of prejudice against half humans in the world. I mean, we don't get to vote. We don't get to own land. We have our own schools. I don't know if that's fair.
You don't get to vote because you don't get to own land in that order.
So I'm going to try to get some respect here. And the only way I see to be able to do that is to become the champion of men here in I Suck Sticks. Even though in the eyes of the law, I'm not one.
Name of the Fed. ISUXDIX, International Society of, spelled UV, Extreme Dudes in Extremeness. I Suck Sticks. It's very straightforward.
Yeah, made sense to me.
And the name of the title was the Champion of, spelled UV, Men Fighting and Grappling. You can figure that acronym out too.
What?
It's fine. Don't think about it too much, and definitely don't say it.
I can't say it. You ever see the movie Isle of Dogs?
No.
Yes.
I didn't notice this until today, but
the play on words.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was a play on words. Isle of Dogs sounds like I love dogs.
Here's the thing, Billy. I was gonna make fun of you for that, but then I remembered that I didn't get the play on words in the Jackie Chan, Owen Wilson Shanghai Noon until I was in my 30s.
The play on High Noon?
That's correct.
Oh, dude.
I just thought it was noon in Shanghai, and who cares?
Oh,
so
see,
I am not one to throw stones in this case.
Okay, yeah, no, Shanghai Noon was like an instant thing for me. I was like, oh, that's clever. But
of course it should be.
yeah. But Isle of Dogs, I didn't get it was I love dogs until today. Somebody said it in front of me, and I was like, oh.
Big day.
Oh, no.
There comes a day in every young boy's life when you realize that Isle of Dogs and I love dogs sound kind of similar.
Kind of similar.
That day for you was today.
Yeah, it was today.
Today is that day. is today.
It was a good
Isle
movie.
of Dogs.
It was a good movie. I like every Wes Anderson movie. There's not a Wes Anderson movie I don't like.
Man, we gotta. I do want to make the trip back to the Double R Diner sometime.
Tweeds?
Yeah, Tweeds Cafe.
I almost went there on the 24th. That
Oh,
was
yeah?
Twin Peaks Day.
Oh, was it? I didn't
Yeah.
even know that.
I finished the series like that morning. Like I started watching it on the night of the 23rd and finished the last 3 episodes over that 24th. Scott, that key, I hate to tell you, that doesn't work at the hotel anymore. That hasn't worked there since the early 90s.
Oh shit! What am I hanging on to it for then? Like an idiot.
Yeah, they updated their system. They use key cards now.
Oh god damn it!
Yeah, yeah. But I almost went there because Jeff Holiday was posting about it, and he was like, "It's Twin Peaks Day." I was like, "I just finished the series today. That's crazy." And he was like, "Yeah, I wish I was there to go to the diner. People meet up there all the time."
Did you finish old series or new series?
Oh, all of it.
I found
on
this
that day.
This video is a memorial. Hold on. This woman made a video where she went to. It's coming. It's coming. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for
I've
it.
been
Wait.
like all of these places.
Yeah.
There it is.
The 5 spot.
R.I.P. 5 spot.
When
Oh,
girls
it's
were
not
girls
there.
and men were men.
I love the 5 spot.
Yep.
Fuck.
I'm very sad.
Their fried chicken. They used to do really good catfish seasonally.
I had it was one of their regional things. I don't remember what, but I had the best and perhaps largest chicken wings I've ever had there.
Oh.
They had chicken and waffles one time there. It was like.
I've had chicken and waffles. That was a regular. That was fantastic. And it was, I specifically remember during their the region they were doing was Tornado Alley. I had a brisket chili mac and cheese that was fucking unbelievable.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
It's I'm sad that it's gone.
Yeah, their mac and cheese. They used to do like a $5 menu, dinner menu.
That's right.
You get $5 mac and cheese after like 10 p.m. You can get the $5 gravy and fries.
I guess it was open for like 30 years too. That sucks. COVID took it out. It was an institution.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
Bill, I'm probably gonna be telling Drew tomorrow that 5 spot is closed, and he's gonna be very sad.
I'm sorry.
Very sad.
It's not good at all.
Yeah.
Let's watch a little video here.
My man.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
That was a good video.
You call the president of Sweden
He's calling the president of Sweden.
and ask that motherfucker what's the biggest fucking dick you ever had up his ass, right?
It's always his first question. That is the go-to lead question.
Let me look that up.
He's calling the president of Sweden.
We don't have a.
Isn't Sweden like a monarchy? Pretty sure Sweden's a monarchy.
I think it also as
It's
prime
like a-
minister.
Yeah, so it's like the UK. It's similar to the UK.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called the prime minister over there. Anybody get a foot prime fucked up in the ass is what he is. There's the number. I got it right there.
Are you tired of him after literally talking to him for an hour and a half yesterday? I'm not.
I got the number. I'm gonna make a call. 202. Hold on a minute. Let me look.
I assume this is the prime minister's
Wait a
personal
minute.
cell phone.
Of course that would be on Google.
Damn it. Putting Dusty's owner to shame tonight.
That's how you do it. You loser.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Poot 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 poot.
I will say Trumpster Bob, I guess, has taken it upon himself to help patrol our Discord community too, as he was in a member of our Discord's inbox asking how old she was. So that's
cool.
What happened?
Trumpster Bob is patrolling our Discord.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he's checking in with girls on the Discord to see how old they are. It's very, very kind of you, Bob, to do the age check.
Thanks.
Well, to girls in Discord, apologies in advance.
Yeah.
Okay, where was
Watch
I?
out for your DMs, y'all.
Where's this fucking? Oh,
Well, if he does anything way out of line, let me know, because we can just boot him if he's being like really creepy and stuff.
there it is.
After taking so long to teach him how to use this card, it seems wasteful.
Uh-oh. That didn't work out right. Hold on.
Oh, damn it. I forgot how phones work.
I don't know if I'd call this number or not.
He doesn't know how to call an international number. Last night, he was like claiming that he was in the military guarding like generals, and he's been all over the world, and
yeah,
it just
we
reeks of
postulated
bullshit.
that he has never left his hometown, and he said quite the contrary. He's been all over the world guarding generals for the military. And I asked him, like what unit or battalion he was in, and didn't really have a lot of straight answers, but I still believe him.
I guess he was a guard for the Washington Generals.
Yep. Yeah. After they would lose to the Globetrotters every night.
Yeah.
Point or shooting?
Point guard.
Okay.
God damn this fucking phone.
I don't think it's the phone.
Dial 1 first.
To complete this call, please press the following digits. No additional charges applied. 7, 8.
Thank you for calling the White House comment line.
He's calling the White House. He's trying to call Sweden, but he can only call the White House.
The office is
All
temporary.
of the presidents live in the White House and not just the American one?
What an idiot.
Ain't no way one man would live in such a big house. All the presidents got to live in that White House there.
To send a message, please visit our website at www.whitehouse.gov/contact.
I don't want to call the White House. I want to call fucking Switzerland, motherfuckers, in Sweden.
He's changed countries. He changed SW countries from Sweden to Switzerland.
What do the Swiss have that the Swedes don't
Nazi
have?
gold. Nazi gold. The answer is Nazi gold. The Swiss have Nazi gold.
Shoot.
That the Swedens do do not have.
Shoot.
The Swedens.
The Swiss, they have like
Oh, here's the
chocolate.
number
The
for
Swedes, they have
Gold.
meatballs,
They
right?
had Nazi gold during World War II.
Well, I suppose there's all that gold they have too. The Swiss
my
have
bad.
army knives. The Swedes have like furniture, like easily.
They do have cheap and easy to assemble furniture.
Yeah, like what would you rather have, a Swiss Army knife or what do they call them? The dressers. I know the dressers are called billies.
They do make billies, yes.
That's the Swedish name for. I think it's a dresser. Is a billy a shelf or something?
No, more like a Swedish name for a sharp dresser, if you ask me.
Okay, I got it.
How about that?
877 number. I got it.
877 number.
Fuck Joe Biden. If I call the White House,
accidentally called the White House. How did that happen?
Fucking shoved down his fucking
Because he's typing in president, probably like president's phone number or something.
He probably typed in the biggest hoarder of Nazi gold, and the White House came up first.
Did he
That's true.
swallow the balls and lick the fucking asshole at the same fucking time? I'll bet the answer would be yes. Fuck that motherfucking piece of shit.
I can't help it. I am always charmed by him. I try to hate him, but I just can't.
I just.
Oh, you weren't very happy with him last night.
I was very charmed with him last night. I think the evidence will bear me out on that.
No.
You
No,
are
I'm
a
not
California
mad.
resident. Press 1.
I think I like him from a distance.
Thank you for calling Electrolux Major Appliances. Para español, oprima dos.
Oh, fuck you. That's not who I'm calling, motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
I like how he blames them for the call not going through.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to put in some numbers and you figure it out.
Right.
Well.
Wow, even his burps are high pitched.
Yeah, he does kind of have a little bitch voice, doesn't he?
He does.
Maybe
All
I should
his
call
bravado.
Stockholm University.
I notice when he's reading his screen, he closes one eye and like squints. Yeah.
Ah, fuck it. I quit. If anybody
He looks like a goblin.
Number, I'll call it. Don't worry. Eventually, I'll get the right number and call it.
Will you? I'm not sure you will at this point.
Somebody should
I'm
get
taking
those fucking
on this bet.
communist turbags to call my fucking channel to defend their communism in Sweden.
I believe it's a constitutional monarch.
Ass. Now, Sweden is a piece of shit
What?
fucking country. It's just as bad as
Yeah.
UAE or Iran, which I believe America should just fucking take.
What?
I think America should take Sweden.
Okay.
Just take it.
And do what with it?
Now we have the meatballs.
Oh, that was the end of that one. Trumpster Bob's going to invade Sweden. Be on the lookout.
Watch out.
If you live there.
Watch out, Olaf.
Yeah. The way he goes, though, watch out, Jody Sweden.
I'm not going to give it to you.
You got it.
I'm not going to give it to you.
Because he's a creeper.
I mean, if Stephanie Tanner also was in your Discord, then it would work. But it's too abstract this way. No, I'm not gonna. No points awarded.
She's in there. She goes by the name Speck.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's Stephanie Tanner.
Yeah,
from Full
that's
House.
Jody Sweet.
Yeah.
That answers some questions, actually.
Yeah.
Speckzo is sounded hot.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so the show's going to end in a couple minutes here. I don't think we've met either of the goals. That's fine. We did really well today.
Absolutely. I'm disgusted.
I'm just glad we're not going into Saturday's show with like $40.24, and we'd have to whip out our frickin' our cat and nine tails and just beat the trash out of each other, tear flesh from flesh to make a couple of bucks. It's hard out here for a blimp.
It is. It is hard. Hard it be. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. We're not gonna do a post show tonight. We're just gonna wrap it up here. We'll stick around for like 10 more minutes.
Yeah. Ben is going to come back super refreshed for Saturday. He needs his day off especially.
Just let him have
today.
a day, you monsters. Give him 1 day.
God. Jody Sweeten outed Jody's. That's where I got the name. Sweet. That's where I got the name. Sweet Boy from was my Jody Sweeten fan club. I'm a sweet boy. I watched more Punky Brewster last night. It's
Is it new Punky Brewster?
Yes.
I watched the new Punky Brewster days ago. I've been watching the 80s Punky Brewster now.
Oh, God.
Taking me back to when I was a little kid. Look, the new Punky Brewster is kind of schlock, but I enjoyed it because I'm sick. The old Punky Brewster is probably the closest thing to church I ever had in my life. You know, I'm watching it now and I'm like, yeah, man, this was good. This was good vibes, man.
You should watch the animated series next.
Oh God, I forgot that existed.
Saturday morning, and she had like a magical like creature that used to like perform miracles for her.
Not only should I watch that, I should like start a YouTube series called "Why I'm Fucked Up Now," and it's just me watching the stuff I watched as a kid, as an adult, and being like, "How do you interpret this any other way than I'm going to grow up to be a psychopath?" She's talking to goddamn Wallflower, whatever the hell the kid's name is, a floaty magician.
His name was Glomer.
You didn't make that up.
No, its name was Glomer.
Yeah, I know. The sick part is that was real.
It looked like a little like rodent creature.
Oh, dude.
Didn't like every 80s animated series have like a little magical guy, like He-Man, Thundercats, Punky Brewster, apparently. Well, not 80s, but the Flintstones had the fucking alien guy.
Yeah,
like
they brought in Kazoo.
Kazoo.
The Great Kazoo. Yeah.
Yeah, here's the intro to it. Yeah, it's
dude.
I think your weekend just got booked up, Billy.
Did she voice her own character? A lot of these cartoons didn't have the stars voicing them.
Yeah, like the guy who did Hulk Hogan's voice was the guy who played Ray Romano's.
Brad Garrett.
Yeah.
From
Brad Garrett,
Everybody Loves
right.
Raymond.
Everybody Loves Hogan.
I don't think so, Raymond.
I don't think so, Macho Man. Mom says I gotta finish this pasta before I go out to eat again.
Randy.
Let's see who did the voice.
I just wonder if it was Soleil Moonfry or not. That's I
What
wouldn't
a
be
great
surprised.
name. Soleil Moonfry.
Yes, it was her. She does do the voice in it.
Awesome.
Good for her.
It has 2 seasons, 26 episodes.
Wow. They did 4
You can do that
seasons.
in a weekend easy.
Oh yeah. They had 4 seasons of the OG original Punky. I don't know, man. I'm pretty much my whole life has been running off Punky power. I can't help it. I was a kid of the 80s.
I'm the same age as you, but I somehow like completely missed Punky Brewster. Like I knew it existed. I've never seen an episode.
I had
there
a
was
little
a lot
sister.
of sitcoms around that time.
Yeah. I had a little sister, so it probably got turned on more than I thought it would.
You know, when I go back and watch 80s and early 90s sitcoms I watched as a kid, normally they're awful and I'm embarrassed that I used to like them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you remember Small Wonder? It was like
the robot girl.
Yeah. It was a little girl that was like a robot, and that was like the funny part. You know.
Was
So
that
funny.
the Would You Like to Wish on a Star? Or was that a different?
That
one?
was Out of This World.
Yeah, Out of This World.
That was bad. I mean, like they're bad. If you go back and watch them, you're like, oh, God.
You know what I really liked? My Two Dads.
My Two Dads.
I used to watch
Paul
My
Reiser.
Two Dads. Yeah.
Pre-Mad
First
About
gay
You, Paul
show.
Reiser.
Yeah.
It was the
Wings,
first LGBT sitcom.
I didn't watch Wings.
Yeah.
I didn't watch
It was weird
I
because
just
like
like-
some of them were within the same universe and they would like cross over, you know, like
Yeah, that's right.
like
They're on the same channel. They always had the potential to cross over.
Family Matters was an offshoot of Perfect Strangers.
Yeah, and TGIF always seemed to have crossover events. Like I think during Sweeps Week, was it March or May or something? They'd always have a big crossover, like Urkel and they'd all go to Disneyland.
Urkel.
And Stephanie Tanner would be like, or Michelle would be like, "You got it, dude." And he'd be like, "Did I do that?" And they share the same ice cream cone and die or something.
And die.
I can't remember.
That was a good episode.
I can't remember exactly
That's
what
what
happened.
No, that's what happened. Yeah.
I've definitely like realized how much I watched sitcoms growing up. And,
Yeah, I used to watch a ton of them.
and like it's bad. It's bad that I still will sit back and watch them just because like if it's a continuation of something, I'm like, hey.
Did you ever watch? First, it was called Valerie, and then it was called The Hogan Family.
I remember that.
Jason
yeah.
Bateman, when he was a teenager, was like one of the main
Yeah.
actors on that show.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
Jay Bates.
Yeah.
Jason Bateman.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because, okay, Michael J. Fox was in Teen Wolf, but he didn't want to do Teen Wolf 2. So they got Jason Bateman, which is weird because Jason Bateman's sister played Michael J. Fox's sister on Family Ties.
Yep.
You know, Jake Gyllenhaal?
And then Jason Bateman almost fucked his sister on Arrested Development.
Oh, I thought you were gonna stop.
They had Justine Bateman on Arrested Development as like a potential love interest, but then like it didn't happen because it would have been gross.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I think
it was pretty good.
I predict the next Star Wars, they're gonna have Luke and Leia. Actually, when they remake it, they're gonna have Luke and Leia hook up as brother and sister.
Hell yes.
Like I can't wait for them to remake Star Wars and get that right.
I see in the Patreon chat they're talking about Elf. I watched Elf, definitely. I was like in the first grade when Elf came out, so
in light form.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Dom Nemesis says, even as a 6-year-old, I knew Captain Planet sucked. What world did you live in where Captain Planet wasn't your hero to bring the pollution rate down to zero?
It did suck.
It was the best.
It sucked. Every episode was exactly the same, and it was just he was a dumb generic character.
But what happens when they bring together the power of earth, wind, water, air, and heart?
Yeah,
you didn't even say fart or fart. Fire. You didn't say fire.
Wind, earth, water, fire, and heart. That's it.
Earth,
Yeah.
fire, wind, water, fart.
Heart. It's heart.
Fart.
It's heart.
Fart.
Dip, dive, and dodge.
It's heart. Everybody thought that heart was the weakest power, but we realized it was the
fart.
strongest.
It's fart.
Most important.
All right. I think we're gonna wrap it up. Dusty and Dusty's owner, thanks for being guests. And Scott, what you got to promote?
What is today? Today's March 4th. Hey, guess what, guys? In 2 days, March 6th, it will have been 1 full year since I've A, been to the United States, or B, wrestled, or C, been paid any money for anything. So if you want to fix that, and by fix that I mean paying me some money, not like opening the border or anything, send me something at paypal.me/NotScottHenson. If you want to follow me on Twitter, follow me at NotScottHenson. And go listen to the Worst Year of Our Lives podcast. We just put out an episode on Wednesday, and looks like we have our schedule for the entire year of 2021, and we're not going to miss a week. So now's the time to...
Isn't Dusty just a beautiful bird?
He is.
Yes.
He is a beautiful bird. We will see all of you on Thursday or Saturday night. Saturday night. I'm going to sleep right now. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.